Across the country right now, homeowners are dropping prices. Homes are sitting on the market for months and still not selling.
If you're struggling to sell your house right now, just know you're not alone.
And that's the exact shift that's starting to hit Hattiesburg. I'm Steve Palmer with Dunbar Real Estate, South Mississippi's real estate authority. And if you're thinking about selling, this is where people are losing serious money right now.
Does it tell you that the housing market is as bad as it has been?
So be sure to watch this video to the end and I'll tell you exactly how to avoid it. So if you list your home the wrong way in this market, you're not just risking time, but you could very likely lose $10, $20, even $50,000 before you even realize what went wrong.
Can't get the price that I want from it for it, which seems sort of silly to me.
I'm watching the same scenario play out over and over right now in Hattiesburg, whether you're in Oak Grove, Summerall, Petal, or any of the surrounding areas. Two homes, same price range, sometimes nearly identical. One sells quickly with strong activity and the other sits with no showings. They start dropping price and the seller is left wondering what happened. Same market, completely different result. And buyers didn't disappear, they just got picky. They're slower, they're comparing everything, and if your home doesn't stand out immediately, they either start negotiating with low offers or they simply move on. When a home sits in today's market, it's usually not the house, it's the strategy that's behind it. Wrong pricing, poor positioning, and generic marketing. The biggest mistake I see agents is still treating this market like it's 2021. They just put it on the MLS, stick a sign in the yard, and hope for the best. That doesn't work anymore because the first 10 to 14 days on the market, that's your window. That's when your home gets the most attention it will ever get. And if you miss that window, you lose leverage. You start chasing the market, price reductions follow, and that's where sellers quietly lose $10, $20, even $50,000. I'll give you a real world example. I worked with a seller 2 months ago who was getting ready to sell for sale by owner and could have easily blended in with everything else on the market. But instead, we positioned the home correctly from day one, and we focused on how it needed to compete, how it needed to be seen, and how to create a sense of urgency with buyers early while it still had leverage. And the result was we got $50,000 above an appraisal that was only about 6 months old. Same house, same market, completely different outcome because of strategy. And this is where I separate from most agents in South Mississippi. A lot of agents just list homes, but I position them to win. It means target marketing, not marketing to everyone, but identifying the exact buyer profile who is most likely to pay top dollar, understanding what they care about, and putting your home directly in front of them strategically. Because when the right buyer sees your home, that's when urgency happens. That's when competition happens, and that's how bidding wars get started. And that's precisely how you separate your home from everything else on the market. A perfect example of this is something a lot of sellers and honestly a lot of agents completely miss. I just worked with a buyer who was more than willing to pay above market value for a home, not because of the house itself, but because of the loan that was attached to it. You see, all government-backed loans, those are FHA, VA, and USDA, they're all 100% assumable. So a buyer can assume that loan with a very low rate instead of stepping in today's 6 to 7% rates. Since they're getting a much lower monthly payment, they are more than happy to pay above market value. And I've gotten some of my sellers as much as $10,000 above market value because of this. There's no appraisals, lower closing costs, and that makes a home stand out immediately. That's strategic positioning. If you don't highlight advantages like that and build your marketing strategy around it, you are definitely leaving money on the table. So when you see homes that are sitting right now, it's not random and it's not bad luck. It's the strategy that's behind it. The difference between a home that sells and a home that sits is how it's positioned against the competition. And if you're wondering where home values are actually headed in Hattiesburg, watch this video right here. And even if you're thinking about selling, click the link below in the description and schedule a pre-market consultation. There's no cost and there's no obligations, and I'll show you exactly how to position your home so that it stands out. It creates a sense of urgency among buyers and maximize your price before you ever hit the market. So please subscribe if you got something out of today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.